understand this. The way that I spit is like putting strokes on the canvas. Taking notes of all the urban cries. Put it down, materialize, then watch as the paint dries. Better bet the ink, cause every time I think it's time to keep it flow while these other cats sing. No Titanic, too over dramatic. I feel like new edition in the rain now. Tell me, can you stand it? With each word I'm building me a steeple. And if you open my works up, there you'll find my cathedral. You got your wood stains, a little glass paint, but it all tell a story, man. Think that it can't. Where I come from, it's deer hunters and street guns. So I spray these words like the Uzi weighs a ton. It's that heavy. I'm pouring this out from my heart to give you the truth. The way that you see is art. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke, and everything that spit is just like a brushstroke. Paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a picture. Yo, this life's artwork. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke, and everything that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a picture. Yo, this life's artwork. Prescription, better yet my mission is to visualize and give the world vision. Work to heal the streets with a little audio heat. And smooth it all out over laid back beats. A to the R to the T, Wisco flow. Like you're in a gallery and see a Picasso. But this ain't Picasso, baby. Even though it's like Jay, cause it's gonna drive the world crazy. This is for those admiring and looking. I heat it up for Instagram and play the rest cooking. It's so acrylic every time that I spit it. My foliage show that I all get it. Speaking of, this art get wows and awes. Like a masterpiece that's up in the halls. Everything is so realistic, but better yet, man, yo, it's so artistic. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke, and everything that spit is just like a brushstroke. Paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke, and everything that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. My glaze hand bring the pick on home. I'm just an artiste in the Midwest zone. Now it's a lot of cats that paint, but they ain't making art. Cause they be lying from the very start. So I make it a point that I paint what I feel. Cause I know deep inside what I feel is all real. And this exhibit don't end till I say so. Sincerely yours, Michael Tangelo. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke. And the way that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke. And the way that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a pitch, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. It's all artwork, baby. Welcome to my masterpiece, theater. Now you can go on and get a bootleg of it if you need to, you know what I'm saying? You can hang it on your wall, you don't even need a frame. Yo, this life is artwork.
We are the Real Bravado Network, and we address Black relationships. We are the Real Bravado Network, and we address Black relationships from an image perspective. Image impacts and influences your life and life experiences. It also determines how you are treated and influence how people interact with you. Image is the reputation that you are known for. which includes your behaviors, your character, and your appearance. There's nothing more damaged than the image of the black man in America. The Real Bravado Network's next phase of development with our live stream, Have the Conversation, will focus on his image. The Real Bravado Network will be asking, how can a black man be a leader of his community and home when the vast majority of black men have never been led? Leadership is taught and a skill that needs coaching, development, and refinement. Over the next few months, we will complete a forensic examination of his image. Please join the Real Bravado Network on YouTube, where we dare to be the bold, not silent.
Welcome to the essence. Sit back, relax, vibe with me. Slides by choice. You know? Yeah, yo, I hit the world with the change up. Now I'm chillin' like Kirk Schilling when it's time to raise the stakes up. My banks, money, makeup. Big D's is back like Jordan, just to come to change the game up. Teddy P with my wake up, precise like electric scales. When the KB flake up, monotony break up. Lick the board up one roll like it was a whole chunk breaker. Swing or get swung on, dug or get dug on, play or get played on, fade or get fade on. I'm from West Coast, so it's known as the dough. Hot topics plus melodics make a pack dance flow. From nothing to this, a playlist, state of bliss, spit venom in eyes like to Jerry with the green mist. Vision this light, rode inside of one night. My bad, you're doing that cause you're in the vibe ride.
Jumping off with me, street captain, lady shake, lady. Slide now, tell me, can you feeling that vibe? Come on, it's popping off change, trying to make the vibe just tell me, can you be real with that?
This is the maze of a soulful blaze, and D's keeps hands raised like it was a song of praise. It's on for days, and the nights is even better cause the sun always shines in stormy weather. It's for heavy yellow resident, present and past, slow or fast, it's the voice that I represent. Vibe makes it evident, and the Midwest status of course makes it even more relevant. Rap gangs through the sky, highlights out the box. Word breaks out of bodies like a case of the speaker's box. From the meanest blocks to jazz and reefer spots, dance clubs, beauty shops, beside the halls and truck stops. Believe it or not, this whole moment's a glamour shot. I do kill cats, cause the shit'll get off the pot. Little voice in my head, so show 'em what you got. Take 16 bars and put the game on lock.
Jumping off with me, street captain, lady shake, lady. Slide now, tell me, can you feeling that vibe? Come on, it's popping off change, trying to make the vibe just tell me, can you be real with that?
The game goes back and forth, and D's big order like cases in just Baptist court. I rhyme some sport, you know. And a 10 plus rap rating means I got dime support. I hold the fort, get too deep to abort. Now Taylor's getting older, I ain't coming up short. Now it's bust till we break bones, cause it's the future riding on what I spit in microphone. My voice bouncing off the time zones, since I'm trying to be your more listeners' ears than dial tones. Perception is crystal clear, especially with a gap of longevity beyond a year. It's all real, I'm on a master plan. In that, build your squad around me like I'm Elton Brand. Put up 20 and 10, cause I'm a grown man. Plus the vibe is love, like an Nazi caravan.
Jumping off with me, street captain, lady shake, lady. Slide now, tell me, can you feeling that vibe? Come on, it's popping off change, trying to make the vibe just tell me, can you be real with that vibe? It's jumping off with me, street captain, lady shake, lady. Slide now, tell me, can you feeling that vibe?
Hey, Jack. All right. You got this stuff?
Yeah, all cleaned and oiled.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get it on.
Who are these guys?
It's my theme music. Every good hero should have some.
That's that Babe Ingram right there, man. And when it all fall down, lay forward. Hard to see forward, no longer ignore it. Some folks talk value about the statue, but when our lives seem to have more value, we come in peace just to get some peace. A cry for justice, pour it out in the streets. Should strike a nerve when you see this reality. Through this BS, yo, we just want humanity. From a code of mama, don't raise no fools. Now I'll be doggone it, trying to change the rules. Cause the only way we gon' deal with these problems is to come up for those held down on bottom. Touchy is a subject that need to be touched. But when we speak up and say we doing too much, and if you say that you don't get what this about, we asking for a hand up, not a handout. So let's talk about it. 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 Give us a book, so we had the book. With all the systems of hate that us stole the book. Now we just been saying it's not a good look. Started to catch it on tape, post live on the book. So what's finna happen now? It's all on the table. Tired of the lies and we tired of the labels. Before we get a chance, we always under aim. They say we play the card, but this not a game. This is the breaking of invisible chains. You dig our fame, but you won't dig the pain. Through all the mess, yo, it's time to invest. Access alone will alleviate stress. Major concern is these babies can't learn. When given a turn, then we all can earn. At the tipping point, it's time for the turn. This ain't revenge, just justice we yearn. So let's talk about it. 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 Let's talk about it.
All right, everyone. All right. Welcome for those of you who are came back. No, Albanize. You are not hearing things. Yeah, it was going in and out. That's what happens when you struggle stream over here. Welcome everyone to the Real Bravado Network, your reliable hub for those who like to be bold and not silent. And we are a Black issues driven channel, and we definitely attack the Black issues over here, especially those issues that keep us from being with one another. My name is TJ, and I am your facilitator on this journey. And today is your drive time version, afternoon drive time version, going into your weekend of our stream called Have the Conversation. And like the theme song says, let's talk about it. Listen, it's the weekend. It's Friday. I've never streamed on a Friday. My second day streaming in the evening. We will be doing our regular long form format next week, which we're going to be next week. We're actually going to be doing our 1 o'clock, and we're going to be going live on a long form, because on a long form next week we are going to be dealing with. We're going to do a 3 or 4 part series in the evening, specifically entitled The Rise and Death of the Black Family. So we're going to get into that on our long form. But today, what we're doing today, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week at 1 o'clock, we are going to be reacting to this profound question that AngryMan presented on a live stream. And that is it time for Black men to walk away? And my question to that is, Black men, do we have a decision to make? He's asking the question, and I'm saying, do we have a decision to make? My other goal, everyone listening on the Real Bravado Network, listen to me right now. My other goal is we are rounding 5,000 subscribers, and I took off work to do a full court press to get us to 5,000 subs. I know that might seem like a lot to a lot of people, but it's like a million for me. So I am going to be here at least 3 to 4 days a week. And then especially next week, we're going to be here 3 to 4 days. We're going to hear about 4 days at the 1 o'clock. We're going to do 4 days. And then we're going to do 2 nights during that week as well. So we're going to be doing a lot here on our push towards that. I took off work to get us there. And I actually am excited about today. And our stream at 1 o'clock is supposed to be a 30-minute reaction. So we got a countdown clock and everything. But before we get started today, before we get going today, because I'm on the road to 5K, as Mona D said, before we get started today, I really, really, really want to play something for you that's going to reset the tone. Then I'm going to recap briefly what we went over with AngryMan yesterday. But without further ado, let's hear from our good sister, the good elder, Sister Shahrazad Ali.
Position is that the black woman's disrespect and rebellion against the leadership and the authority of the black man is a direct cause of the breakdown in our black family structure. Now, of course, there are many black people who consider those fighting words because as black women, we have never been subject to the kind of examination that our men have been subject to since we have been here. We have been somewhat protected and shielded from any kind of critiquing about our personal behavior, whereas our men have always been up for examination. The book is not an attack on black women. I have never said that all black women do everything that I list in my book. None of us have lived long enough to do everything that I list in the book, but most of us do some of the things that I've listed in my book. And I do say that it is not because of generalizations that we are all victimized by some of the negative patterns of behavior in the book, but the book just represents our collective contribution. This is some of everything that we have done, or that we do daily, that contributes to the breakup of our relationship, the destruction of our man, and the failure of our children to be able to function. They did not tell us that all of that, being my own person and I'm independent, would lead to separation, loneliness, celibacy, and lesbianism. They didn't tell us that if you give up the man, you're going to take one of these things and it's worse and it will destroy your nation. They didn't give us that information. They made us think that it was some kind of glorified position to brag about the fact that I got my own job, my own credit card, my own car, so I don't need no man. I don't even know how we got that mixed up. Ain't none of that got nothing to do with being with no man. We have some serious relationship problems that nobody has been able to address us on because everybody wants to pretend that this is not going on. Over 60% of our women are single, widowed, separated, or divorced. They don't have a man. I just came out of Florida and they got a housing complex that the Urban League built, which is a black organization that is for women and children only. They say they don't allow any men in there. I didn't have time to deal with it, but I talked about them real bad. That's the silliest program I've ever heard of. You know them women that had men if they got a bunch of children. They need fathers.
Acknowledge me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
Oh, my microphone is off. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you, Derek Gaines. I want to thank Derek Gaines for becoming a channel member. I want to thank Miss Auntie Jenny for joining us here on the Real Bravado Network in the chat. I appreciate you, and thank you guys for helping me out while I'm struggle streaming over here. I can't believe my microphone was off. It's kind of funny when I watch other streams and their microphone be off. I'll be like, how do you not know your microphone is off? And then my microphone's off, but that's okay. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to I want to really get into a deep dive, unlike we did yesterday with M.A.N's live stream, where he asked the question, is it time for Black men to walk away? And my question to that is, Black men, do we have a decision to make? And that stream that AngryMan did yesterday hit me in the same way that Kevin Samuel's stream when he talked about Black women not smiling or speaking to Black men, and so that was such a profound stream that Kevin Samuels did, and it was so deep because it hit all Black men at the core, because that's another universal experience that we have, and that we've been asking our women to stop doing stuff like that. So when AngryMan did his stream, is it time for Black women to walk away? That stream had the exact same impact on me, because at the beginning of the stream, I watched AngryMan even struggle. And AngryMan doesn't struggle with words. He doesn't struggle with energy. He doesn't struggle with articulating himself. He's pretty confident and sure of what he's going to say and his positioning. But in that stream, that first 5 to 10 minutes, I seen a side of AngryMan that most of us probably didn't think was there. The man was conflicted. And here's the thing, what makes it even more profound. AngryMan does not have a dog in the fight. AngryMan has a wife, and he's gone on by this business. But let me tell you something, because that's how you know someone cares about what's going on, where they actually don't have a dog in the fight anymore, but they're out there advocating. You're advocating for people to get what they got. And so this stream that he did really hit home, because it's a struggle. It is not natural for most Black men to just cavalierly think or say that we should walk away from Black women at all, despite the crap and the fuckery that we have to put up with a lot of our women most of the time. Hold on a second, y'all. I gotta do something real special.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
Shout out to the Do Better podcast. Theo in the building.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
Yeah, that's my Theo drop, y'all. Theo got his own drop. Okay, let's hit that again.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
Theo, thank you, man. I always appreciate it when you stop by, give me some support, especially when you drop me a dime. I appreciate that. Every dollar that I get goes back into the channel. I don't take for granted when somebody gives me their hard-earned money or donate to what we're doing. It encourages me to keep doing what I'm doing. So I really, really appreciate that. I need to come up with a better speech, because I'm always speechless when someone goes out of their way to go ahead and give me some money. So go ahead. But today I want to make sure that everybody understand one thing about what's going on today.
And we want the smoke!
Absolutely. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to get to, here we go.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
Shout out to the sister, and I call it the chief sister over here in this space. Mona D in the building with the $5 super chat. I like how you bringing in RBN, keep up the fire content, roll to 5K. Thank you for thinking my content is fire. I appreciate that. A lot of times as content creators, some people know their stuff is good. Other people don't know that their stuff is good. And I'm one of them. I don't know if it's good most of the time. You're looking at your subs, or you're looking at your views, or you're looking at the chat. You're like, man, I only got 10 people. I only got 20 people. The volume of just because millions of people don't know about your content doesn't necessarily mean that your content is not good. Some of the best content out here is coming from small YouTube channels like Amona D, like Bella Rings, like Smoke and Talk, I don't know if I would call Messy Michonne small because she got a lot of celebrities ninja watching over there with her. She got like 18,000 subs over there. But some of the best content is coming out of, I would say, the 20K and under crowd. That's where and let me tell you something. A lot of these bigger channels, they be out there like ninja watching is what they call it. Ninja watching, and then they be stealing. They be stealing concepts, stealing time, stealing ideas, and then going making a lot of bread off of it. And they come down to the people that's hungry and creative and out here, and they taking their content and making more money off of it, and they're fronting it like it's like they got it from that they got it themselves, and they don't give credit to the actual smaller content creator that actually made it. So that's so that's my message to a lot of the, I'll say, under 20K out here of content creators out here who got under 20K subs. Sit out here, understand you are doing some of the best work out here because you're hungry, you're creative. You got to be creative because you got to get the eyeballs on what you're trying to do and your product out here. So keep doing what you're doing. So I appreciate Mona D in the building, and I can't wait for her to go. Oh, Mona, I'm going to see Tommy Davidson tonight. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put you on in my ear and halfway listen to Tommy Davidson. I done seen dude a whole bunch of times, but I'm going to see him this evening.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
Thank you. The first man, Media Jenkins. How you doing, brother? Thank you. Thank you for supporting Caught Me Live. I wish you was come back when you can. I mean, I want you to stay for today. But our long form streams where I'm on for about 2 hours, and that's usually in the evenings, you get to see my setup, you get to see my guests. We do the whole thing big. But this afternoon, we're just going to get into what we need to get to. Thank you for the support. Always appreciate the support. $1, $2, 50 cents. I wish they had a 50 cent. Well, I don't know. Because, I used to pitch quarters back in the day. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but I used to do some quarter pitches to make money, to hustle up on some gas money or, at work and stuff for work. Oh, my God. Theo over
bang!
here.
Bang! It's good!
Theo just became, bro. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and jump on your calendar next week. You sitting up here starting stuff, bro. I got to get it together. Thank you. All right, let's get into it real quick. So you heard what the Sister Shahrazad Ali had to say, but I'm more interested in breaking down what AngryMan had to say about, is it time for Black men to walk away? That is a very, I said yesterday, intellectually, we know the answer to that. But emotionally, morally, spiritually, that is a absolute clusterfuck of a decision for a lot of men, So and it's a struggle. And if you watch the first 5 to 10 minutes of that stream, especially what I played yesterday, you saw the struggle. But today we're going to get into the meat of it. So let's see what AngryMan got to say. Okay.
Mothers, Black women have always been held in a high regard. So when these women get up here and say that Black men are disrespectful, that Black men don't protect them, that Black men do this and Black men do that, they are fucking lying. It is a bold-faced lie. Done for the purposes of creating a smokescreen around the behavior that they are engaged in that has caused so many problems.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my God, that's the perfect question. Yes, absolutely, yes.
Got him.
Yeah, I want to talk about that real quick. About this whole notion that black men don't protect black women. That is the biggest, like Angry Man said, that's the biggest fucking lie that's been ever perpetrated in about black men, is that we don't protect black women. And here's the thing, when they say we don't protect black women, you know that's all they say. They don't go into how we don't. They don't get into, what behaviors are out there and that are being displayed that they're claiming that we don't protect. They are too many of our women want to be out here. Hold on, I got a warning because I'm about to talk about a specific class of women, and believe it or not, it's almost the majority of our women. Here, let me set off our warning. Our women are out here being a bunch of fucking thoughtzillas, out of control, aggressive, combative, trash boogers. And then when they get themselves in very messed up situations, then they want to talk about where are black men out here to protect these thougtzillas. And for you guys that don't know who a thougtzilla is, it's a woman who has multiple kids by multiple dudes without being married. That is a thoughtzilla. You got 5 kids, 4 baby daddies. You a hoe. You a ho-ho. You are 100% thougtzilla. And the thougtzillas are out here running the narrative that black men don't protect them. Do we need to go back to 2 weeks ago with Keke Palmer, the thougtzilla in training? Do we need to go back to her and the fact that the father of her kids, by the way, who a year ago told the world that on I think it was like the Tonight Show or one of them shows that man was the best man she ever had and the happiest she ever been. Then she has a baby, get to an Usher concert, go up there halfway naked in some lingerie, and they want to grind her dry coochie on the stage, and then want to get mad because the man that she decided to have a kid with, who she's in a relationship with, said, hey, I don't want that for my family image. So we're supposed to protect that bullshit. That's what we're supposed to protect, is that level of bullshit. Is that what we're supposed to protect?
Yes.
No. So black men have to protect that kind of bullshit.
Absolutely.
No, the fuck we don't. And our women who think that we got to protect that level of bullshit don't have nothing but
emotional damage.
That is it. And you sit around here and wondering why there's this passport bro movement is running rampant right now. And then you want to trash these guys like they're broke. Who in the fuck is broke who can go out and fly to Thailand or the Philippines or where the case may be and stay for months at a time or a year at a time? Good Lord. Sorry for the pause, but good Lord. Angry Man is absolutely right. It's a effing lie.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
Thank you for the $5 super chat Mr. Severe 360. Thank you. You and Smoke and Talk is in the building. Shout out to RBN. Thank you, brother. Thank you for doing what I asked you to do. And please, everybody, if you feel so inclined, please do me one favor and do this.
Acknowledge me.
And that goes for YouTube, Mr. Brother Derek Gaines, channel member now, and the $2 super chat. Sometimes we even protect Black women who abuse us. Absolutely. And let me tell you guys something. I don't know if you guys remember the story or saw the story. It didn't get a whole lot of play. But Idris Elba was out with his wife and his woman. He was out with them, and a sister got into a verbal near violent confrontation with her dude, and Idris Elba tried to intervene, and the dude pulled that thing on him, trying to protect some Black woman. The sisterhood wants us to, here's another, I got hit a warrant. Out here being a Thotzilla, and the sisterhood wants us to protect the Thotzillas. Every Thotzilla should come with that warning. Biggest lie on the planet. Y'all, I forgot to start my countdown calendar. My countdown clock. Hold on a second. Okay, we only got 30 minutes.
In Black culture, a dude is not going to fight you if you talk shit about his father, but he will fight you if you talk shit about his mama. In the Black culture, when a Black man becomes successful, he's not buying a house for his daddy, he's buying a house for his mama.
That is some real fucking talk. Look at all of these NFL players, these NBA players, when they sign their massive contracts, and they ask them, what are you gonna do now that you set for life? The first things out of these son husbands' mouths is, I'm gonna buy my mama a house. It's almost never, I'm going to take care of my parents, or I'm going to take care of my old dude. And it's like the old dude is an afterthought. Some of these cats can even have their parents married together, and their dude is an afterthought. Their father is a damn afterthought, and his father was the one who put that ball in his hand. Afterthoughts. First thing we want to do, we want to take care of mama, but we don't take care of we don't protect Black women. How many times we've seen on the news some dude get off because his Thotzilla ass sister is out here doing some fuck shit, and she come running to him, and he come putting his cape on to protect his sister, and he gets gunned down or unalive trying to protect his sister, and then three days later she on there putting money on the books of the dude that just killed her damn brother. Stop with this nonsense.
In the Black community, you can critique Black men all day, and twice on Sunday. You can call them raggedy, you can call them trifling, you can call them bums, you can say everything under the sun. Nobody has a problem with it, but you cannot talk badly about Black women.
Auntie Jenny, listen. The father is the one who bought the house his mother lives in. Auntie Jenny, do you not know that I'm 45 years old? Do you not know, Auntie Jenny, my generation and the generation of men before me have never seen that? They don't understand the person who's supposed to buy a home for a mother is her husband. My grandfather, 86, still alive, bought his house. He tells me every time I talk to him, even though my grandmother has gone on, she ain't with us no more. My grandfather, to this day, he refers to the home he's living in because he did his job and did it well by taking care of my grandmother, his wife, till she passed. He still refers to that, to the family home, as her home. He goes, this Elizabeth's home, I just live here. My generation of men and generation behind me don't understand what that is. And our women don't know what it's like to get your husband to buy you a home, because that's his fucking job. But yet we got our women out here claiming black men ain't protecting them, and they fucking sons who make something, the first thing they do is go do the thing that their fucking husband should have did, which is buy them a stable home. Auntie Jenny, they don't even understand that. And then we got these trifling ass women out here talking about, I don't need your money, I could do all by my. So fucking what? Why would you want to do that? I don't know listen, I don't want to have to pay this heavy mortgage I got. If I didn't have to do it, I wouldn't do it. And black women, women in general as a whole, if you are just simply cooperative and kind every now and again, you wouldn't have to go in and put in 70, 80 hours in a week for yourself, by yourself. You wouldn't have to push your son to become the 0.5% of men that become an NBA player. Do you not know over the history of the NBA, there's been less than 5,000 men who played in the NBA. And the NBA ain't started making no real money until the mid-'80s. The NBA players. We're not going to talk about those slave contracts that the NFL players got to sign. But that's their damn fault, though. We'll get into that another damn day. That's their damn fault. Them dumb motherfuckers over there in the NFL, them football players, they dumb as hell. Signing them crazy ass contracts with their collective bark. They some dummies. But the first thing our men do is go out of their way to provide for their mothers. They go get themselves killed for their sisters who are out here. Messy Michonne, I don't know if you've been here. I got something for you. These are too many of our sisters are out here. We're going to issue another warning. Here comes, because we're going to talk about her again. Every time we talk about this special breed of woman, we got to issue the warning. Every single time one of our the sister, some sister get in trouble, she gonna get her brother and he gets his head split or put in a casket trying to defend her fuckery. I'm gonna tell you a story, and some of y'all might not like this, and it just came to mind. About a month ago, my sister calls herself, she's part of the Rainbow Coalition, and she's what they call it, a stud. So she's dealing with this chick who has 4 kids. My sister is taking a nap in the bed, and guess who show up? And in the bed with my sister is unfortunate. I don't know, unfortunately, while my sister taking a nap, the woman came in and placed her 1 or 2 year old daughter in the bed next to my sister while my sister was asleep. And guess who showed up? The damn baby daddy. He showed up, woke my sister up, asking her, what are you doing laying in the bed with my kids? And my sister, because she thinks she's a stud, thinks she tough Tony, because she didn't beat up a couple broads along the way, jumped up in this dude's face, and unfortunately, my sister got her fucking bell rung. He whooped her like the dude she thought she was. And yes, she came calling. She called me, called my uncle, my older uncle, who's a goon himself. He calls me. DJ, did you hear what happened to your sister? Yeah. What you gonna do? Nothing. Why you ain't gonna do nothing? Because she had no business trying to fight a grown man. Do you know how difficult of a decision that was for me to make? This is my baby sister. And I told her to her face when I saw her, the hell you doing trying to fight some grown man? You in the bed, he don't know nothing about, and I say, you laid up with this half, excuse me if I get pulled off YouTube, this half dyke, half straight woman. You call yourself gay, but you got 3-4 kids by 3 different dudes, but now you're dyking with my sister, and then you're gonna put the last baby daddy, who's a damn bona fide goon, you're gonna put his kid in the bed with my sister, and this ninja still got access to the house. This woman, I'm explaining this to my sister, put you in harm's way. And you weren't smart enough to understand that you ain't got no win with no dude. And I had to calm down my other brothers. They all want to go over there and do something to this dude. No, our sister, LGBT rainbow or not, has learned a very valuable lesson. And hopefully it's going to save her life now. It's a damn shame.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
Thanks again to Almond for the $5 soup. I manifested whatever the hell that means. $10 out of Almond Eyes when it was $5. Speak those facts. Husband buy the house. Mine's too. It's my grandmother's house, and he built the place from the ground up. That's Almond Eyes. Most of the women out here don't understand that. They absolutely do not understand that. They have never seen that in action. They've never been the beneficiary of it. By the time they come around, a lot of their big mamas are dead and gone, or believe it or not, a lot of them actually lost the homes. They've never seen that. All they've seen is Section 8. I'm strong, independent. I don't need no man. Look, I used to work for the department of where they give out food stamps. I remember in my early career, I'm 26, maybe 28, 29 years old, working at the welfare office, as y'all call it, and watching these Section 8 broads pull up in these Yukon Denali's, these Cadillac Escalades, these Acuras, brand new shit, coming in there to get their Section 8 vouchers renewing their food stamp work, or whatever the case may be, and I'm up there driving an old busted Dodge Intrepid with the radiator leaking. They're not accustomed to, selecting an appropriate male and then having that male be on his grind, his purpose, and do what most of us claim to be, which is Christian. The Christian value is a man provides for his woman, and part of that provision is shelter. Like my grandfather said, that's your grandmama house. I just live there. She take care of everything in the house. I take care of everything that make the house stand up. That's her house. She cooked me a good meal. She nice to me, and she give me some when I ask for it. I ain't got nothing to complain about the 60 years I've been married. I ain't got nothing to complain about. Derek Gaines, again, with the $10 super chat. Shout out to RBM. That's what we're told to do as boys, no matter what, if she's a good mother or not. When you when you make it, take care of mom. Right. That's the creed of the hood. Oh my God. I saw this damn clip. on and I actually have it, and I forgot to chop it up for today's show. But this guy sitting there talking about it was a song talking about how he was stressed out because he couldn't provide for his mother. Ain't his fucking job to provide for his mother. Studs are the queen. Shout out to Almanize with $2 super super chat with the $2 super chat. Studs are the queens of DV. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Yes, absolutely. Oh.
That's what I heard. I don't know for sure because I'm not really that tied into that brand of life, but that's exactly what I heard. Let's get back. We're down to 15 minutes. Let's get back to Media Man. I mean, why do I keep calling AngryMan Media Man? He must be talking about me.
You cannot talk badly about black mothers. That does not strike me as the type of culture that disrespects its women. That does not strike me as the type of culture that disrespects its mothers. We see the little jokes on social media where they'll show the difference between a white kid and a black kid. They'll show the white kid cursing his mama out. But you won't see the black kid doing that. See, this is projection. Everything that we've been accused of as black men is really what goes on in other cultures. This is the reason why we're desired by women of other cultures. Because out of all of the men in the world, we, black men, are more understanding.
What he's about to talk about was, and I actually need to find it and put it up on my community tab. What he's about to talk about, what he's about to mention, what he's about to reference, which he's really not, I don't think he says it directly by name, but he's talking about that CDC study that was released, I think, in 2022. It was either 2020 or 2022 that specifically talked about the desirability of black men, who make the best fathers and who make the best husbands. They studied they surveyed every group of women on the planet, in the country, every classification of a woman by race, and they all asked who makes the best husbands, and every last one of them suckers picked black men, and they cited the very thing that he's about to talk about as to why black men are more understanding. They're more likely to enter into a partnership with their woman. They're more understanding of upward mobility and financial upward mobility for the woman. They are more likely to see their woman as equal. They spend more time with their children when they have them. They engage in more of the housework and chores than any other group of men. They're more desirable from a practical standpoint than any other group of men. And they also concluded that we were the best fathers across all metrics. And it also said that we paid a higher percentage of child support than any, like there was more black men paid their child support at a higher rate than any other group of men. But yet we're the bum, broke, dusties, violent, manipulative, not ambitious. Just keep naming the crap.
More patient, and we don't try to dominate our women the way other groups of men do. Truth be told, black men for a very long time have been taken for granted. I
pulled something up from one of my streams, okay? And I want to read this to you. And it's from the stream that I talked about Queen Mother. Our black women have been infected with Queen Mother syndrome. What is Queen Mother? Queen Mother are black women that hold all the power in the home and the community, are the chief decision makers, chief authorities in the family. In short, Queen Mother is the black woman that is the head of the home. From a behavior standpoint, Queen Mother have a combination of the following traits. She's mean, unkind, nasty, irrational, poor decision maker, not willing to accept new information, lacks accountability, unhealthy, emotionally, physically. She's irresponsible, selfish, and the most important prominent behavior is she's uncompromised. Queen Mother cannot be challenged, questioned, or defied. This dynamic is so strong that even those of us who are negatively impacted by Queen Mother's decisions and behaviors will go out of our way to defend and rationalize this cultural norm. Queen Mother's authority shall not be broached. Everyone is programmed to defend Queen Mother. Even if you systematically outline her decisions, how her decisions negatively affected the impact of her children, Queen Mother would typically unleash her fury because black women are the heads of the family. They determine who's a part of the family. If you want to see a good example of this, go check out what's that show? Stars on Stars. Power Book 2 Ghosts with Mohei Tejada. Our Queen Mother's behavior is so pervasive that she's not to be challenged. And this is even preached from the pulpits of every black church, which is why there are so many black men who have left the black church. The only thing more important than Jesus, apparently, to black women is her authority. It's her authority.
Men, for a very long time, have been blamed for the behaviors of other men. We get blamed for the patriarchy, and we never even had a damn patriarchy. Never even had one. Now, the proof of all of this is ever since I was a child, I've watched television shows where the black mama ran the house. Carl Winslow was not the boss of his house. Harriet Winslow was.
Say that shit.
Philip Banks was not the boss of his house. Vivian Banks was.
God, that's the perfect question.
I was just watching an episode the other day where Ashley wanted to go out. Philip told her to be in the house by 9 o'clock. Vivian said, Ashley, make sure you come in by 10. And Philip was like, that's right, 10 o'clock, not 10:01, not 10.
This is what Philip should have said.
Sick.
your $5 ass down before I make change.
So we just gonna skip over the fact that you told her to be in at 9 and then your wife changed what you said? Your wife undermined you right in front of the child?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Right? The only household that we can remember where a black man ran his household was James Evans. And they killed him off the show.
Yeah, I hope for y'all who don't know, he talking about the show Good Times. James Evans, played by John Amos. Yeah. And do you guys know why they killed him off on the show? Because the what's the guy name who played JJ? The guy who played JJ, Mr. Dynamite, he started becoming a breakout star on the show, and it started making that character more goofy and more silly. And James Amos was like, we can't portray a black family like that where the eldest child is a goofball. So the networks, he got into a real bad with the networks. And then, the other thing that they did, they tried to dumb down Jimmy Walker. That's right. They tried to dumb down the James Evans. They wanted to dumb down the James Evans character. Why do you think if you go back to Good Times, anything that was profound, revolutionary, smart, or intelligent, they put it in the mouth of Michael, the youngest son, because they said that society wasn't ready to hear that kind of talk coming out of a black man with a strong presence. So they put authority stuff into a child. And because he fought against what they were doing, they just killed off his character. They were in the ghetto almost the entire time that damn season that show ran. If the father stayed in the home, and remember when James Evans had to go take a job in Canada somewhere on some pipeline, that was the setup to get him to have him killed off the show. I don't know. Michael was gay. He was a kid at the show. I don't know. They were still in the ghetto the entire time that show ran. When you got two parents in the house working side by side, and remember, James Evans worked and so did Florida. That's normal in black culture, that the black man and the black woman work. And this narrative that black women are being oppressed by their husbands is some bullshit. How are you oppressed when you got to go working right alongside him for the same damn white man? For pennies, just to live in a roach-infested apartment complex.
This is a deep part of our culture. In fact, it is so deep in our culture, right, that if you were in a high school gymnasium as a high school student and you was cutting up in a black school, they don't go get a black male teacher to calm y'all down. They go get a black female teacher. And every last one of you in here can remember when you were in high school, there was always one black teacher that nobody played with, and she was a woman. Wasn't no guy. Wasn't no guy. See what's going on right now, whether you know it or not, is when we go back into the past. When we go back to the greatest generation and the silent generation, those were good women. Those were strong women. Those were respectful women. The big mamas and the black women that stood behind their men that were civil rights leaders and things of that nature. Those were the ride or die women. But what we have going on today is nowadays we got a bunch of trans.
Yeah. So hold on. I think he about to go there. So we got to give a warning. I think he about to go.
And harlots running around here who have normalized behaving like strippers and ladies of the night. Pink hair and twerking and sticking their tongue out. But they want the respect of the women from the past. They want the respect that Big Mama in the greatest generation got. They want the respect that Big Mama in the silent generation got. They think they deserve that respect, even though they're not even a fraction of what those women were. That's what we got going on right now.
Hey, Derek, when I was married, before my wife bailed on me, she was a high school teacher. The only black high school teacher in the school. 3,500 students. She's the only black teacher. And she was that one black teacher that when kids were acting up, they would go get her. You know, and they gave her 2 study halls. I remember in our 5th year, she was teaching like college prep English. She was teaching 2 college preparatory English classes. And I remember they took those classes away from her and gave her 2 study halls because the kids' behaviors were so out of control that no other teachers want them. So they gave her 2 study halls full of those kids because she was the only one that can quote unquote control the gremlins. Yeah, we all had that. I was married to one. You said, hell no, I'm not giving these gutter snaps that kind of respect.
That's what we got going on right now. And as much as they run around here begging black men for leadership, the moment we open our mouths and tell them that they need to change the way they're operating, they tell us to shut the fuck up. So we do not have no ability to lead them because they refuse to follow. And you cannot make somebody follow you. That doesn't make you a leader. That makes you a dictator. And black men have no desire to be dictators. As much as they want to try to pawn that off on us and say that we're trying to operate like white men and all of this goofy shit. Black men don't have no desire to be dictators because black men have spent the majority of their lives being oppressed. They have no desire to be an oppressor. Right? Don't got no desire to be an oppressor. Only thing black men want, if you really want to be honest, and they're never going to tell you this. They're never going to tell you this. The only thing that black men want from black women is love and respect. That's all they want from you. That is all they want from you. Love and respect, and to be able to have a normal relationship where they can raise their children properly. That's all they want. But you don't want that as much as you pretend you want that. See, you don't want that. What you really want is to run buck ass wild and do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Oh, I think he's calling my name. He's calling the name. He's calling the name. Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. This has happened before. See, when I was growing up, there were a couple of type of women in the black community. Or better yet, you know what? I'll boil it down to two types. I'll boil it down to the good black women and the bad black women. Now, when I was growing up, you knew who the good black women were. The good black women were the ones who had some innocence to them. They were the ones that were raised in a two-parent household. They were the ones who went to school. They didn't dress inappropriately. They got good grades in school. They were normal. Girl next door types. And for the most part, that was most of the black women. That was most of them. Now, there also was another type. And sometimes this type came from a two-parent household. Sometimes they didn't. But this was the type that was the fast girl. This is the girl that would get caught under the bleachers with a bunch of boys. This was the girl that would get you in trouble if you messed with her because she was fast. This was the girl that would snap her fingers and roll her neck. This was the girl that would get to fighting in school when it wasn't common for girls to fight.
He's talking about a far gone by day. I don't even know if I said that correctly. I've never seen so many women get into fist fights on the in the workplace. I have, in the last 3 years, I've witnessed 8 fist fights with women. It's all black women. The violence. And they don't believe anything's wrong. They don't think anything's wrong. Yep. When I was in school, I knew maybe 1 or 2 girls that had a propensity for fighting. But he's about to talk. He's about to talk about how that's changed the community. Hold on.
This was the Shanae type. Remember Shanae from Martin? See, back in the day, there wasn't a lot of those. But what happened with my generation is those are the girls that ended up getting pregnant first. So while the good girls went through high school, graduated high school, and went to college, the ratchet girls got pregnant early.
Emotional damage.
The good girls graduated college and was even considering being married.
Yes.
The ratchet girls had already had 2 or 3 children.
Absolutely. Oh.
Now, the good girls, once they got married, they might have 1, maybe 2 kids, and would begin to raise them the way they got raised. But by the time they had a kid, the ratchet girl's kid was an adolescent on her way to having kids.
Emotional damage.
What we have witnessed in my time frame, in the Gen X time frame, we have watched as the ratchet girls have produced more children than the good girls. And what has happened to our culture is we have been outnumbered by ratchet women and sorry men.
Also known as Pookie and Ray Ray. That point right there, which is where we're going to end today, on that point right there. And I'm going to go back to the question, is it time for black men to walk away? Do we got a decision to make, black men? We are outnumbered. The ratchet girls and the Pookies and the Ray Rays have populated our culture, multiplied like gremlins. You know, like when you throw water on Gizmo from the movie Gremlins, and all them little demon gremlins pop up out of him and start causing chaos, tearing up shit, you know, being destructive, walking down the street. We in my city last night, they had a 15-year-old gremlin in downtown St. Louis, walking down the street with an assault rifle, shooting anything he can in sight. And I bet my next paycheck on the fact that he's coming from a single mother home who's a Pumquisha, a Thotzilla. His daddy's is a Pookie or a Ray Ray, and they'll unleash this demon onto the community. We are definitely outnumbered. This was part 2. Is it time for black men to walk away? AngryMan just acknowledged that we are overrun, we are outnumbered. So do we have a decision to make? Let me play the last few seconds of this.
That's what has taken place. That's what's taking place. Shout out to Soul Shader.
Here we go again.
Okay, we're gonna end it right there. I told you we're doing 3 parts on this one, so we're gonna pick up on Monday with the 3rd and final installment of this, and we're gonna get to something very profound and try to answer that question. And then I got something that I got very special that I got planned very special for Monday for the 3rd installment of this. 1 o'clock Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. And here on the Real Bravado Network, we're going to do part 3 of this breakdown of AngryMan's stream. And the stream is called, Is It Time for Black Men to Walk Away? And I'm asking the question, black men, do we have a decision to make? Do we have a decision to make? I want to thank everybody who joined me. As I hit the outro, I'll continue to do my things. Hopefully, I'll see everybody back here on Monday at 1 o'clock Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time to wrap this up. Thank you. And let's not forget, share this content. Tell people about me. I'm on a march. I'm on the road to 5K. I need 600 more people. I'm on the road to 5K. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Tell people about me. We're doing real work over here. We're doing something a little bit different, okay? See you guys on Monday. Uh-oh.
That's that Babe Ingram right there, man. And when it all fall down, lay forward. Hard to see forward, no longer ignore it. Some folks talk value about the statue, but when our lives seem to have more value, we come in peace just to get some peace. A cry for justice pouring out in the streets. Should strike a nerve when you see this reality. Through this BS, yo, we just want humanity. From a code of mama, don't raise no fools. Now I'll be doggone it, time to change the rules. Cause the only way we gon' deal with these problems is to come up for those held down on bottom. Touchy is a subject that need to be touched, but when we speak up and say we doing too much, and if you say that you don't get what this about, we ask to throw a hand up, not a handout. So let's talk about it. 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 Didn't wanna give us a book, so we had the book. With all the systems of hate that us stole the book. Now we just been saying it's not a good look. Started to catch it on tape, what's live on the book. So what's finna happen now? It's all on the table. Tired of the lies and we tired of the labels. Before we get a chance, we always under aim. They say we play the card, but this not a game. This is the breaking of invisible chains. You dig our fame, but you won't dig the pain. Through all the mess, yo, it's time to invest. Access alone will alleviate stress. Major concern is these babies can't learn. When given the turn, then we all can earn. At the tipping point, it's time for the turn. This ain't revenge, just justice we earn. So let's talk about it. 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 Midwest living make it hard to live. How you remain positive through the negative. The great migration, subliminal frustration. It's like we moved up north to a new plantation. Some do their best just to kill our dreams. Like no white tees, caps and sagging jeans. Why don't you go and just say what you mean? No place for us, so we can't have a scene. We need black spots like we need black props. More wealth in the hood, more black shops. More health in the hood, more black docs. More black Wall Street with more black stocks. More thriving, build it up with all black blocks. It's about time like it's all black clocks. It's about time that we even it out. Seem like we got some things to be talking about. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about